Sup, you chuckle fucks? It's your boy Dark Arco with the new What If because my lazy ass doesn't actually want to go rewatch any of the other What Ifs. I'll do that later when I'm in school, finishing up all my work. But other than that, let me just begin into this What If. Let me shut the fuck up. But yeah, let me begin. Let me shut up. Let me begin. Okay, so this is called What If Issei was basically the worst enemy of humanity, or what if Issei had started or wanted to start mostly the basically Zero Mortal Plan. Oh wait, what was it called again? Project Zero Mortal Plan. So yeah, what if, or should I call it what if Issei was black? Or not black, Goku Black. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna fuck that up. I'm basically fucking this up. But yeah, pretty much if you want to think about this, mostly Issei is going to somewhat be the reincarnation, well mostly incarnation of Goku Black. He is also going to have Zamasu with him, but not the point. But other than that, let me begin this one. Let me shut the fuck up, and yeah. So pretty much, it kind of goes in similar original canon to the point where mostly Issei is, well, he defeated the hero faction, but mostly in a kind of using boosted gear, awakening for his potential, but yeah. But he truly didn't awake his full potential. No, something did awaken within him, but it wasn't his full potential. Not yet. Not until he suffers. No, I'm just kidding. But for he might suffer in this one, but not the point. But this is where, well, he is going to have to choose in the near future. When he awakens his potential, his full potential, he's going to have to choose humanity or himself. Which he might go for one of them. Who knows? But this is where, well, we go into a time skip. Well, mostly Issei found out that also Alicia is actually going to stay with Dietrich, and yeah, Dietrich's actually a girl in this one, but not the point. But this is where, well, when Issei went to confront Rias about like his emotions and other things, he found out one thing. She's already dating someone. She's been dating this person for a while, but she never did kind of, well, she did reject Issei's feelings, what Issei actually confessed. But of course, she did it to the point where she actually did show off her new boyfriend, that being mostly a guy named Aaron, also known as Aaron. No, I'm just kidding. But not the point. This is where, well, this person basically has kind of blackish hair, kind of crystallized blue eyes, and this is where, well, he basically looks like he's much stronger physically, and what's it called, like being an athlete or something. He's no devil incarnation, he's nothing like that. He's just a normal human with a powerful sacred gear, and that's all. This powerful sacred gear can actually somewhat rival Issei's sacred gear, but not much. I mean, yeah, kind of, but yeah. This is where, well, he has not that much training in the sacred gear. I mean, he does, but not much. This is where, well, Issei was shocked to believe that the girl he loved and protected with all his life wasn't, basically had already a boyfriend. Like, he felt betrayed, shocked, and of course, he also remembers this marriage contract that basically they both have. In the near future, they're going to get married. But of course, how will that work with her boyfriend? This is where he realized that maybe she's still going to cheat on him with her boyfriend. This is where, well, Issei, he looks kind of heartbroken. The other girls kind of notice this, but this is where, well, not many of them really care because the guy looks actually quite handsome and other things, so they ignore kind of Issei's feelings, except for Koneko. Koneko noticed the negative emotions that Issei's building up. This is where Issei just walked away after a while because, well, truly, he's not there to care too much. He just went to go do whatever the hell Rias kind of told him about. Pretty much, he didn't even want to go do it. He went somewhere else. He just completely didn't care. This is where, well, mostly, he can actually hear mostly, what's it called, Akame's mostly thoughts being that of Dietrich. Dietrich's real name is Akame. With Alicia kind of talking about how the guy was kind of handsome. And this is where Akame, she thought that she had the link kind of disconnected with Issei. So, of course, mostly Issei wouldn't hear her thoughts. But, of course, where, well, pretty much, Akame wanted him, mostly the other guy, as mostly her kind of user instead of Issei. Because Issei's a pervert, but yeah. But, of course, Issei's still a good-hearted person. This is where, well, Issei just walks away, kicking the rocks, kind of getting really angry. This is where, well, he's just kicking rocks at this point, but this is where he gets really angry that he kicks one of the rocks so hard that it just went through a wall, piercing through that wall, piercing through another wall, piercing through someone's heart, and just going through it. But yeah, he kicked that bitch so hard that basically he was angry, he was furious. His aura started erupting from him, but it was a dark, malicious aura. This is where, well, a necklace actually appeared right in front of him. This is where he was confused. What is this? This is where it started zapping him. He fell down to the ground and said, "What is this? The hell is this?" This is where, well, for some reason, he remembers a glimpse of memory of something. He didn't know what entirely it was, but he felt like he should know about this. But this is where, well, this necklace seems to be kind of refusing him to do or remember anything. This is where he tries to grab it, and this is where it zaps the shit out of him. It's like, ah, what the hell? This is where, well, he screams in pain until someone kind of walks up to him and asks him if he's okay. This is where Issei looks up to see a beautiful kind of blondish haired girl. Well, mostly, it kind of looks goldenish blonde with kind of greenish eyes. She seems to have like this somewhat princess aura somewhere. Issei said, huh? No, not entirely. Can you help me remove this necklace? This is where, well, she looks at the necklace, she touches it, and it doesn't zap her, but instead she removes it, and this is where she says, there? Issei feels fine. This is where he feels like something's happening to his body. He felt different. This is where she said, oh, I gotta be going. This is where she actually drops the necklace and it broke, and this is where she said, oh, I'm sorry, I can fix it. This is where, well, Issei said, no, it's fine. If you have to go, just go. This is where, well, she decided to leave, and this is where, well, when she started going, she just waved by. She didn't really tell her name or any of that. This is where Issei said, she looks beautiful as hell. Much more beautiful than that fucking red-haired bitch. This is where, well, mostly Issei gets up, grabs the necklace, and no longer is zapping the shit of him. But this is where, well, he then realized one thing. The necklace itself turns into a ring. This ring, it kind of looks like this ring. So it turned into this ring after a while. This is where Issei says, maybe I shouldn't put it on. You know what, I'm not going to do it. He just ignores the ring. He just puts it in his pocket and just started walking home. This is where, well, we go into a time skip to that, but yeah. So, mostly we go into, well, what's it called? Issei with the fact that he goes home. This is where, well, when he kind of walks home, he just kind of, well, goes to kind of, well, sleep. Well, somewhat. He gets in his room, he falls asleep, or, well, he tries to get into his room, but sees mostly both Rias and Aaron there. This is where it's his own fucking room, but yet Rias is there. This is where he decides to go sleep somewhere else. He instead just doesn't even sleep at the house. He just goes to sleep somewhere else entirely. He said, fuck this, I don't need anyone's fucking putting me down, but whatever. But he really just falls asleep, like, literally at an apartment. He kind of just grabs some money from his parents, like, he would get his money that's in his fucking room, but Aaron and fucking Rias are there. So this is where, well, he's like, I'm not going to try to deal with that uncomfortable situation. So of course, mostly he goes to sleep in an apartment. It's kind of all broken and shabby, whatever the hell. He did steal some money by pickpocketing someone. Yeah, some dude like walked past him. He just took his money so fast. For some reason, he just like pickpocket that motherfucker so fast. He didn't care. He knows it's wrong, but he doesn't give a damn. This is where, well, he goes to buy an apartment. He buys it. This is where, well, mostly he rents. He can like buys the rent, whatever. And this is where, well, he's just sleeping in this like broken ass apartment. This is where he's thinking, and what to do. What should I do anyway? I know fucking Diedrich, also known as Akane, won't fucking help me. I wish it was a male dragon, not a female dragon. Me and him can talk about shit like this, but no, I gotta be stuck by a female dragon. She can't hear me. I disconnected it, so mostly I wouldn't need to hear bullshit from her. Or for whatever fucking bullcrap. Why did fucking Bowser have to, not Bowser, mostly the other guy had to leave? Damn. And the fact that I basically screwed myself over by making myself the fucking Opie dragon lover. That's probably why Rias decided to date someone else, and the other girls seem to be also thinking about that. What should I do? Damn it. This is where, well, Issei can't fall asleep at all. This is where, well, he really wants to fall asleep, but he can't. This is where, well, mostly Issei decides to try to fall asleep. He can't fall asleep, so, well, of course, what he does is punch himself so hard to knock himself out. This is where, well, he needed to fall asleep somehow, and he didn't want to overthink this. So when he knocked himself out, he goes into mostly a dream world. A dream world that he actually didn't, for some reason, he was in a different body. For some odd reason, he wasn't in his actual body itself. It looked like this more often. It looked more like this. He wore a black outfit with mostly white shoes or mostly white boots, but whatever. But of course, he was wearing that, but he felt he wasn't normal. He was fighting against two beings that one looked like similar like him, with the other one having a spiky, messed up hairline. This where, well, he was confused, but he was fighting them. but it was out of instinct. This is where he was punching the shit in them, kicking the hell out of them, stabbing one dude, and this is where, well, mostly he felt so relaxed in this body, like if it was his. But he doesn't understand. He feels strong, powerful, and much more, well, mostly much more in thought of just killing and slaughtering mortals who dare annoy him. But this is where he didn't understand why. Until we go into mostly him actually getting defeated by, well, one of them, which mostly this were another person with greenish hair and white hair with mostly an earring next to his other ear, which it wasn't actually in the same, well, it wasn't the same ear as mostly how Issei was wearing it, but this person was named Zamasu. Zamasu says Goku. Well, mostly he says Goku. This were mostly black. This is where he calls the other person, well, Issei. This is where, well, Issei kind of talked, but it wasn't actually his voice, it was someone else. What do you want, Zamasu? This is where, well, the mortals are here being so pestilent, mostly being so inferior to us. Let's just do the fusion and wipe them all out. This is where, well, right now back to Issei, and this is where mostly Issei speaks, but he couldn't speak because it was a different voice. Yeah, let's do it. They fused to become a stronger being, and of course Issei felt like he was in together. He was whole again. But this is where, well, he didn't understand fully why. And this is where, well, mostly he started using the powers that he didn't even know he could ever do, wiping out the mortals, mostly the two beings known as Saiyans. This is where these two Saiyans went to fuse and actually went into a being named Vegito. Vegito Blue! This is where, well, mostly Issei was getting his ass kicked, but truly the fusion didn't last too long and he easily bodies the two Saiyans until this is where a kind of jelly bean looking like appear and erase him from existence. Well, first got killed by one of them that looks like had a goldenish or a blue kind of aura. At the same time, then gets erased by a jelly bean. He didn't understand fully, but this is where he was back into another body, but the same body, the black version of the other guy. This is where, well, mostly didn't understand. This time he had a red mask and was fighting against his Saiyan who kind of had like a cloak on. This is where it looked to be the same version, but it's much stronger. This is where, well, he had this red mask, and of course it broke, and he went into a beyond form. From the pinkish rose one that he was at, it went into a third version, it looked more like this. And then after a while, after the mask kept cracking, he felt much more powerful. Was able to go into a form called Super Saiyan 4 Rose, and even beyond that. But this is where, well, Will was about to reach beyond that before getting defeated by a fusion of the same person, but of course this fusion was much stronger and only lasted for like 2 seconds before he managed to somehow get defeated in 2 seconds, which sucks, but yeah. This is where, well, he then wakes up again. He wakes up right now with tired sweat. This is where he felt all tripped down and sweat. He was like, what is this? What the hell was that? That was your memories. Huh? Who are you? Oh, you don't remember me, do you? This is where a person with a greenish kind of figure appear, mostly having white hair but looks like a mohawk, having a green earring next to him, but he looks to be more kind of a little bit, well, he didn't seem to be fully there. It looks to be kind of like a ghost version. You don't know who I am, but I know who you are, Issei. I know truly who you are. I've been with you for the longest point, and yet you never seen me. My name is Zamasu, and yes, from those memories that you just saw, a glimpse of most of your past life, who you were. Well, you were basically me, but my future self. My future self decides to take the body of a mortal named Goku, and decides to transform it into his own body. His name was now Goku Black. And if you kind of notice, yeah, not a very original, but whatever. But who really cares? He came to the past, mostly to the past self of me, and tell me what he wanted to do. This is where, well, that ring that he had was able to allow him to only go into the, well, mostly forward into the future, but managed to figure out how to go into the past one time. But it was a little tricky. Of course, he contacted me to actually help me out. Well, help himself out, well, me, you get the point. It was a little confusing, but that's not the point. Of course, we decided to help each other out to kill the immortals, and going on further into the future to slaughtering the immortals themselves. We couldn't let them escape. We also managed to go into the past, but not the point. We did a lot of stuff. We destroyed every mortal that was on that planet before the universe got erased. But other than that, That timeline basically got erased. It was non-existent to mostly the history anymore, which is annoying. But that's not the point. If you're wondering what was the other one with the red mask, he was a time breaker. Mostly that version of mostly Goku Black. He was a time breaker with the red mask. He was being controlled, but of course that power could not really control him because he was a god, a deity like me. But of course, those damn Saiyans managed to defeat us. But before being defeated and kind of lost to time forever, being lost to history forever, I used a bit of my power. I was still with him, no matter what. I was still a part of him. Even though we weren't in our fusion, I was still a part of him. I used all my remaining power of magic to right now make a powerful necklace that should make him incarnate into someone. I call it a sacred gear because I stole it from the fact from this universe. Because we were actually being kind of incarnated, but instead kind of being erased instead. So of course, I used all my bit of power to kind of incarnate him into a necklace. That necklace is that ring that you have in your pocket. Basically, it's a time ring. If you put it on, you will remember everything. You will remember that you were basically named Goku Black. You won't transform to become Goku Black. You would just have the power to memories. Your body would change. Of course, that would be the only thing. Your hair might become blacker, but who really cares? Other than that, you will become back into your original self. You won't remember. Well, you will remember this life and the other life. But you can either put it on now, or you can decide never to put it on and just go on to living your normal life, which is kind of shitty right now. This is where, well, mostly Issei looks at Zamasu, looks back at the ring that he pulls out, and looks back at Zamasu and says, I see. So I'll be able to have the same power as mostly this Goku Black. Yes. This is where Issei kind of sits down and kind of just like, right now, sits down on the bed that was creaky as hell and says, I don't know what to do. I really don't understand what to do. I know that if I put this ring, I'll go back to being, well, the same as mostly Goku Black. What about you? I will still be with you. I won't be a, well, physical copy just like you, but I will be inside your mind. What happens if I don't put the ring on? I will be living inside that ring. Which forever, right now, I can temporarily be out here, but for right now, I won't be able to give you advice or anything. I see. Do I really want to become this person that destroys mortals? I mean, entirely, you don't need to destroy anyone. That was just our foolish plan to get rid of mortals, those who define gods, because of their evil intent. You can go off and destroy the supernatural world. They won't be able to stop you. Not even the gods in this world. Truly, we just call them, well, I like to call them false gods, because they're really nothing. Their power level can barely even reach up to that of a, how should I say, well, one of those Saiyans in their basic form can barely reach up. You, on the other hand, if you put this on, you will become one of the most powerful beings on this planet. Being able to be fighting those who are stronger, like outside gods of this world. Outer gods, I think that's what they're called. And I still call them false gods, because no matter what, they're still weaker than mostly a basic Super Saiyan of that one of those Saiyans. I see. Would I be able to go Super Saiyan like the other things? Well, I mean, you do have Goku's body. Well, you will have Goku's genes and other things. Your whole gene section and other things will change entirely. You will become more of a Saiyan with God's powers. Well, mostly true God's powers. Your personality, I don't know how that will work. I think it will still stay the same or change no matter how you think about it. And yeah, I see. If I put this on, would there be some way to get rid of that stupid sacred gear that I have with myself? The other one, that red dragon bullcrap? Here's where Zamasu says, there is a possible way. I have a theory on how to actually kind of get rid of it, but I do not know if it's going to work. This is where, well, most says, this thing will change my life. It will make me stronger. It will make me strong enough to beat the shit of anyone that dares to piss me off, that dares annoy me, to become different. Yes, it will make you different. Do you really want to take that chance? Or do you want to keep living? No, I'm taking the chance. I know it's reckless of me not to actually. I should not listen to someone like you. But yet, at the same time, I should listen to you. You are like me. You desire... I don't really know what you desire. I probably desire the same, destruction. But I guess I'll put it on. This is where Issei puts it on his kind of, this is where, he decides to put it on. This is where he puts it on his left index finger. And this is where, when he puts it on, a bunch of power brighten up throughout the windows. Even though there are dark shade windows or whatever, brightly cracked windows, whatever. This is where a bright pinkish light appears around Issei. This is where, Issei becomes different. He became taller, much more stronger. He is the height of no longer being 5'7", but now a height of standing up at the height of, he would be 5'9". Mostly Goku Black would be 5'9", but I'm going to change it to being, I thought mostly Saiyans were a little bit taller, but I'm going to change his height to be 6, okay? I don't care. This is where, he stands up. He looks more bulky and muscular, and this is where, he's like, This is where he opened his eyes. There was a flash of like this pinkish color in his eyes, but then it disappears. This is where it's no longer kind of like these goldenish, it's still goldenish brown, but now darker brown than normal goldenish, lightest. This is where a darker brown, his hair color went almost completely black. And this is where, mostly, he feels much more stronger. He's like moving his muscles. He says, This is where in his right ear, there's a Patara earring. This is where, he kind of, also on his left side, there's also a Patara earring. But this is where he's like, he then looks at Zamasu, which Zamasu is still a kind of ghostly figure. And this is where, Zamasu just has a small smile on his face. This is where, mostly he just says, he cracks his neck and other things. It's like, it's good to be back, Zamasu. This is where Zamasu says, it's a pleasure to meet you. Do you want me to call you Issei or Goku Black? I'll be calling myself Issei Black. I am no longer a part of being a pervert. I guess I'll just change it. I'll probably change it to Goku. No, I'll keep it as Issei. I'll keep it as Issei so my enemies can know that they ruin their day in fighting me. That their lives shall disappear once they ever catch a fight with me. They're going to be catching these hands one way or another. This is where, mostly Zamasu smiles and says, I see. Well, shall we leave then? Yes, we shall leave. But first, I want to get rid of that damn fucking dragon. Now, I should mention, it is the day morning time, but of course, Zamasu nodded and says, do you want help with that? Yes, because I also have to deal with Alicia and the other fucking second gear users. Well, then let me help you then. This is where, we go into Issei's mindscape. He goes into basically a sitting position of look like he's concentrating. He goes into his mindscape. This is where Issei's like, okay, I'm here. This is where Issei remembers all his powered moves in different sets. And this is where, he does have the red mask. He can put it on anytime soon. And he would just go fucking mad. He would become basically Black Force energy on there. Always on that time. But this is where, mostly he's hearing this song right now on his phone. And this is where the song is called Feel Like Goku. To all those who wish to die, please raise your hand. Yeah, I feel like Goku. Shoot that bitch straight from the hip. No, bitch, I don't lose. I thought I told you. I eat the beat up like it's a Whole Foods. Like it's Whole Foods. What the fuck? Fusion static, gets your dramatic. Watch us roll. You get the point, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Goku. Shoot the beat straight from the hip. Nah, bitch, I don't lose. I thought I told you. I eat the beat up like it's soul food. Fusion static, get dramatic. Watch us roll through. Don't make no ball moves. You got me feeling like I'm Goku. Shoot the beat straight from the hip. Nah, bitch, I don't lose. I thought I told you. I eat the beat up like it's soul food. Fusion static, get dramatic. Watch us roll through. Don't make no ball moves. You got me feeling like I'm never rivaled. Homicidal. I'm coming through, so grip a Bible. Check your vitals. Don't need a crew when I'm an idol. Feel like title. I never took an L, so I'm lossless. You can learn what loss is. Because I'm fine. No pain. I be feeling fine. Let these monkeys die. And if those are statues, then I'm fine. My very existence is a weapon. You're perceptive cause you realize you're witnessing perfection. Yeah, I feel like Goku.
But yeah, mostly that's happening, and this is where, well, Issei kind of just to go into his mindscape just to see, well, mostly a door, and this is where mostly Issei's, if Issei shows up, knocks at it, and even the other users. This is where you notice the other users still kind of nullifying other things. They're still kind of chanting, so what the mostly, well, they're not chanting the Juggernaut Drive, but this is where Issei walks up to them, kind of goes up to one of them, and sees that they're basically kind of like this mummy state. Zamasu says, ugh, such arrogancy. I can feel their arrogancy and their freaking evil intent. So this is what the Juggernaut Drive does. This is where he covers his nose and says, the fucking stench of humanity here. Puh. I know, I can smell it also. I just want to blow up all these goddamn humans off my body. They're clearly always pissed me off from the fact they made me do the fucking Juggernaut Drive. I'm surprised I didn't awaken you that early. No, you did. It's just I was still reforming, mostly all the energy to be able to come here and talk to you. I see. So when I awakened my power, mostly my whole power went outside in the heroes, I was still gathering enough energy, but I speed that process up. Okay? Good to know then. And when you got rejected, your negative emotions actually did trigger me to wake up again and start going on, and I managed to finally got in contact with you. Instead of you using this power of this stupid fucking dragon. Or dragoness. Yeah, I know it's stupid. Don't worry. This is a door, right? Yep. Knock, knock. No one. Knock, knock. No one. Open the fucking door, bitch! This is where Issei kicks the fucking door in an instant. Right now, knocking his hinges off, and this is where the door right now flies towards mostly Alicia and even, well, Akane when they dodge out of the bed. This is where they get dressed in an instant. You see an Issei. Issei with a green hair person. Mostly, well, not green hair person, with a green skinned person. This is where, well, Zamasu says, well, you managed to kick the hinges off of it. I thought, well, mostly, the original you would have just kicked it off in an instant, not needing to really knock. I wanted to be a little bit as a gentleman, but that doesn't matter. Hey, you fucking bitch. I'm back, and you're going to get the fuck out of my body one way or another. This is where, well, mostly Akane was confused, but this is where she was even more confused with the green, well, skinned person, because she has never seen this person. There's no way it's a previous user, because there was never been a green, mostly green skinned person. This is where, well, and yes, they are standing out there looking like this, with this fucking drip. Hell yeah. I don't know. I just found this, and yeah, they're like standing next to each other. Well, mostly Issei being a Rose, and mostly just Zamasu. You get the point. But pretty much they mostly look like just standing out there like this. Like outside of the door, just staring at them. But this is where, well, mostly that was happening. This is where, well, mostly Akane says, who are you? This is where she doesn't understand who exactly the green skinned person is. This is where right now Issei stands in front of the person and says, that is none of your concern, Akane. I am here for a little rematch. Not a rematch. No. It's not a rematch. It's a fucking battle. You see here, I challenge you to a battle. And you will have to grant me one fucking wish. And if I lose, I'll shut up and actually, whatever, stand in your fucking presence. This is where, well, Akane says, what are you talking about? What is this battle? What do you even want? I want you out of my body at once. I want to rip you out of my fucking soul so you don't need to be merged with me ever. This is where Akane won her eyes and said, what? You can't do that. That'll kill you. This is where she was just shocked in horror. This is where Alicia was also the same. But this is where, well, she wants to talk, but this is where, well, mostly before talking, this is where Zamasu appeared right now, kicking her right now out of the way. You shut up. You don't have any room to speak. This is between only its host and a dragoness, or the mortal fucking creature. Pathetic in my eyes, not my existence, my eyes. This is where, well, mostly Alicia tries to get up and use her magic, her northern kind of magic, until it was easily destroyed by Zamasu. Zamasu says, only watching here. If you try to attack me once again, I'll obliterate you at once. This is where Akane says, no, I won't do this challenge. It's either you do it, or I'll kill you now and take you out forcibly. You do this battle, I'm being a gentleman. Don't you ever want a sacred gear user to be a gentleman? Besides, don't you want to go on that guy's, well, mostly, how should I say, don't you, didn't you say that you basically wanted to date that guy named Aaron? That's where, well, Akane says, that's not his name. Shut the fuck up. I don't care how to say it. I'll say it however I want to. He's nothing but just a mortal creature. That's where Akane kind of says, fine, I'll fight you. Fine, then bring it. This is where, well, we go into a battle between Akane and Issei. They're right now walking around each other. And before anything can happen, this is where, well, Akane says, I don't know if you were really crazy or stupid to fight me. This is where, well, Issei says, it doesn't matter what I am. You're basically losing no matter who the hell you are. Akane right now, she was about to go into her dragon form until she gets her stomach kicked in by Issei. Right now, launched straight to the wall. This is where, well, she wasn't even expecting that powerful kick. She wasn't even expecting Issei to literally launch her and just kick the shit out of her. This is where Issei says, huh, was that really all you have? I thought you were supposed to be a heavenly dragon. Someone that surpasses the gods themselves. It seems that you're nothing but just an ant. Someone that just talks big and doesn't shut up in either. And this is where Akane says, shut up! This is where she rushes at Issei with blinding speed to try to kind of scratch at him. But this is where Issei grabs her arm, flips her over, literally just smash her to the ground, and then fucking stomp on her head. This is where she was just shocked. She can't believe that Issei did something like that. Disrespectful as shit. But this is where, well, she managed to kind of send a powerful flame straight to him, which didn't even hurt him. Just kind of like, mostly kind of fried his scalding a little bit and says, was that really all you can do? Pathetic. He then fucking kicked the head, mostly the side of the head, the left side of the head of Akane, skidding her straight to the floor, smashing into the other users. This is where, well, she coughed up some blood, but this is where she glares at Issei. This is where she then uses the users themselves to start attacking Issei. This is where all of them start rushing at him, either in this balance breaker state or even in Juggernaut Dry. This is where, well, Issei says, you really would think that you can defeat me with these pathetic weaklings when I wipe them all out. You won't be able to do shit to me. Akane says, I don't care. Just die, you bastard. I'm gonna make sure that you're nothing but just a little goddamn servant. You're a servant to that red-haired bitch, and you're a servant to me. This is where Issei grins and says, it seems you're showing off your real colors. Fine. This is where he makes this kind of pinkish, well, not pinkish, a yellowish, blackish ball in his hand. He just like tosses straight to some balance breaker users, and this is when it hits the balance breaker users, exploding, destroying them in an instant. Akane won her eyes. The balance breaker users just got instantly almost wiped out. This is where some of those who are actually using Juggernaut Drive to attack Issei right now try to punch at Issei, which they hit Issei, but Issei just says, "Was that the best you can do?" Issei punches this motherfucker so hard in the stomach, killing him instantly. This is where, well, Issei says, there's no way in hell you guys are this pathetic, weak in my eyes. Fine. If you guys want to take this to a new level, Akane, if you really want to take this to a new level, I'll show you my true power. My power to surpass those gods, you can say. But I will show it to you only once, just to show you the difference between our power. My power is beyond your belief. This is where, well, he kind of just starts, this is where Issei starts cracking with lightning, and this is where, well, mostly this lightish kind of yellowish colors start appearing, and yes, he's going to Super Saiyan. This is where, well, he goes into Super Saiyan only. Basic ass fucking form, but this is where he's not going to show Rose too soon. This is where, well, he smiles at these pathetic weaklings. The Secret Gear users are right now just shocked with this much power. It's not holy energy or light energy at all. It's just this trembling power that Issei is walking towards him with such a calm presence. This is where, well, he then says, you weaklings, don't make me laugh. Are you really scared of this just basic ass form? This is barely even the first stage of my power. Why are you scared now? Please, don't be. Because I haven't even shown you my true power. This is where, well, he then kind of make a kind of key blast, but this is where it starts making it bigger, and this is where, well, he calls the attack Supernova. He then throws it straight towards mostly all the leftover users, the mostly Berserk State user being that in the what's called Juggernaut Drive or the balance break, and destroy all of them, wiping them all out. Akane was just horror. She wasn't even expecting that. This power is so much more terrifying than ever. Issei is walking towards her and saying, Do you now understand the true difference between you and I, Akane? I am truly stronger than you. You're nothing but a goddamn whore, a slut, a bitch that doesn't understand anything, a mortal that doesn't understand nothing. True power of a god. This is where, well, mostly Akane says, you're a monster. I am a monster. And you know what this monster would do when he gets rid of you? I'm going to start a project called Project Zero Mortals. I'm going to wipe out humanity itself. And you know how I'm going to do it? You know what the reason I'm going to do it? It's because of your reasoning to actually only use me. You only wanted me to actually get close to Eren and be friendly to him. So you can actually fall in love with him, but never be able to touch him because that's, well, I think you're fetish, I think so. But I don't care. It's funny. You, Reyes, everyone dares to put me in this case. Actually, it's not even this case. My destiny was to awaken this power a long time ago. It doesn't matter. Even if you didn't or anyone else didn't break my power, well, mostly break my last bit of humanity, I would have never been able to reach this. Actually, I might have been able to reach this just by myself, just because of how powerful I am. I am truly a god. You're nothing but a weakling in my eyes. This is where Akane says, you're not a god. You're a monster. Issei chuckles and says, you're mean. But you're right. I am a monster. This is where he appears right in front of Akane. This is where a kind of pinkish blast actually appears in Issei's kind of hand, like a pinkish kind of color. But it wasn't actually a blast. It was a sword. Basically, he's using Keyblade. He then stabs upon Akane's like chest. This is where, oh, she was shocked. She kind of coughed up blood, and this is where she fell down, coughing up more blood. Did you finally realize the true power between you and I? You're nothing but a weakling. But guess what? I guess I will show you the true power that I've been holding back. I'm still holding a lot of back, but don't worry. I will skip mostly all the other forms to show you what the true God looks like. That's where pretty much he says, look how far I came. Behold what a true god is. This is where, well, Issei kind of grins towards Akane. Akane widened her eyes before she could even dodge or even like block a punch or even try to attack Issei. This is where, well, Issei appeared right in front of her, sending a powerful knee into her stomach right now, knocking her out unconscious. This is where, well, Issei says pathetic. Alicia tries to attack Issei with magic, but this is where she was stopped again by Zamasu. Didn't I say only to watch and look? But I guess a mortal like you do not understand what watch and look means. Do not get in the way of the true power of a god. This is where he sends only one blast straight towards Alicia, and this is where it was a purple blast, and this is where she got hit in the chest, and this is where she just falls down to the ground. This is where, well, Issei said, that's just funny. These weaklings dare think that they were anything better than me. A god himself. What a pathetic sight. He gets out of his form and this way. Well, he then says, let's go, Zamasu. We shall not be going. Now, what is that ritual thing to get rid of this sacred gear thing? This is where, well, Zamasu tells him. But of course, this is where he has to use his own power to start kind of pushing the sacred gear out of his body while Issei does it from the outside. This is where, well, a reddish kind of greenish ball appears in his hand. Issei says, so this is what the Red Dragon Emperor looks like. Pathetic in my eyes. This is where he covers up and basically key energy so it would never merge back to him again. But this is where, well, he would just keep it right next to him, invisible for right now using the key, but mostly using the spell that Zamasu tells him to use. This is where, well, Issei says, well, since it's the morning. This is where he kind of pulls out his phone to check what time it is. And this is where, oh, Issei smiles and says, well, look at that, Zamasu. If it isn't school time. Oh shit, sorry about that if you heard that kind of toss. It was me kind of cleaning the desk, but I kind of threw a coin down. But not the point. This is where, well, mostly Zamasu says, yes, it is school time. Well, what do you think you're going to do? Well, of course go to school. You know, as a gentleman, I must show up to school. Okay. Well, other than that, I guess I can let you sleep for now. I do not mind sleeping. But at the same time, I guess I would just look through your eyes to see how this world reacts to a true God existence. You are right. When the true God appears, none of these phony gods can even stop me. No one in this world can stop me. Not even Orpheus or Great Red. I'll take them both out if they get in my way. Other than that, let's go. Issei walks out of the building, but before walking away, he sends a key ball out of his hand straight to the building behind him, just to explode in an instant. People are confused why there's a fire and explosion. People think there's a terrorist attack or whatever. While Issei is walking away to school, this is where he changes outfit, completely still looking like he has this black outfit. He doesn't care. This is where he grins, saying, "Well, it's time for this world to know the true power of a god." But this is where I'm actually going to end it off for part 1 of what if Issei has awakened, or not awakened. What if Issei was the incarnation of Goku Black, or what if Issei started the project of Mortal or Zero Mortals, whatever you would like to call it. But I'm probably gonna call it something. But other than that, bye soon. Yeah, I gotta be going. Well, see ya.